Hi everyone, this is John with Weird Crafts. I have here a 16-inch Waldorf doll kit. I've pulled everything out of my bag. This is my bio-wool stuffing, our doll skin, our inner head tubing, our hair with all of our threads. So I'm going to put some of the stuff aside so we can sit here and kind of go through our instructions together. The main question we always get is about the head. So what we're going to do is we got our tubing. We're going to squeeze it about halfway. We're going to take some of our thread that we have. We're going to tie a knot in it, as so. We're going to do a double knot so it doesn't come apart. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and flip our tubing so you get about half of it. Just like this, okay? It doesn't have to be exact. Inner head tubing is finicky. And then what we're going to do is kind of spread this out a little bit. And we're going to follow our instructions. It says to use a small handful. So what our bio wool might come in a sheet. So we'll take it out and unroll our sheet and just take small sections of it to fill our doll head. So you get a section like this, and you can go ahead and wind it or just stuff it in as such until you can put it all the way in. You got to make sure that it gets all the way to the top and that it fills it out. So like I did, I bunched up the inner head tubing until it got all the way up there. To me, that's easier. So we're going to just keep taking more and more wool until we get it to the circumference we want. For the 16-inch, it's got to be 10 to 12 inches around and 8 to 9 inches in length. So I'm going to work on this for a few minutes and go from there. Once we have our doll head stopped, for our 16-inch doll, they want it to be 7 to 8 inches in length and 11 to 12 inches in circumference. So now we're going to take a piece of our string and we're just going to wrap it around a couple times. The instructions want you to wrap it around but not tie it off in a tight knot. So what you're probably going to do is just put a loose little knot, not a knot, a loose little tie in here so that it stays put. Okay, my nails aren't helping me with this today. Let's try it again. Here we have our little tie there, and it wants us to make an indent for your neck. So you're just going to manipulate your head kind of like this. They think the neck indentation for a 16-inch doll should be about 4 inches. So we're just going to manipulate our bio wool until we get it just like this. And then we're going to put another piece of thread around the indentation again, and we're going to pull it tight. But we're going to make sure to double check our instructions and double check our measurements to make sure that we're going to put it right where it needs to go. But once you get your tubing secure, you can massage it, manipulate it, however you want to make your head the size that you would like and the shape that you would like. So we got our doll head the way we want it. We've got our neck in place here. The next step is to put our ears. So I'm gonna figure out where on its little head I want its ears. We're just gonna put our pins. Might want to get some with a darker top to them to put them in, and you're gonna want to make them as even as possible. Nothing is ever perfect, so if they're a little off, they're a little off. But as you can see, here's our little ears. Then we're going to take approximately a 12-inch piece of our thread. We're going to wrap it around. We're gonna wrap it so it just leaves just a little indent on its head. But we wanna make sure that it's even, that it doesn't go up, doesn't go down. Not everything's perfect, but you don't want an odd shaped head for your doll baby. So put a little knot in it, but we're gonna tighten it just a little bit. And then there we go. Not much of an indent, but it works. Then we're gonna take about a 24" of our craft thread. We're gonna make a knot at the end, and then we're going to put it right through where our ear is. Take a couple stitches of our stocking, and then we'll pull it through. Then we'll do it again at the top. No back stitching, just straight stitch. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Then once we get that done, we'll kind of pull it just a little tight, just for a little indent. And then we go through the neck. But you want to make sure your needle's straight. That's not very straight. I'll take another stitch up here. And we'll pull our thread right through our needle. We made a knot for our ear, and we went above and put the needle through the top of our head, through our other ear, and through the neck. We secured it at our ear. And then so your head is pretty much done. Then what we're gonna do is flip our page in our instructions, and we are going to take our square, just our square, there's no screen printing or anything on it. We're just gonna take our square and we're gonna lay our head inside of it and see if there's anything left over. If there's not, we are going to just do a stitch down the edge, and then we'll turn it right side out. Once it's right side out, we'll take it through and we'll put our head through the tube that we have made. And there you are, you have your doll head. So I tightened this craft thread around just a little bit tighter to give it just a little bit more definition on my doll head. We took our 9x9 square that we had, we folded it in half, okay? We made our stitching down the side. We took it, we ironed it just a little bit, not a lot, to get these edges down. And then we sewed a half circle at the top to create this seam. Now what we're gonna do is turn it right side out. And in doing this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick the doll head in it as I go. So hopefully it's not as rough to get it in. It doesn't look like it's gonna work like that, but we're gonna keep trying. We're gonna muscle our doll head in. Now, one thing you wanna remember when you're sewing is to make sure that you're sewing with the grain of your material so that it does stretch just a tad bit easier. And then you can get your doll head in here. Once you get your stuffing in here, you can manipulate your head, just like where you had your eyes, and just kind of stuff it up in there. And then you have your Waldorf doll head all done and completed. Thank you for visiting. If you have any questions or concerns, you can visit WeAreCrafts.com and contact us. Thank you and have a great day.